If you're a regular viewer, thank you. If you've told a friend and they have joined in, thank you. Every day at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, I put up a video for 3 at 3. These are unusual activities that we have seen and cited on our blog and or on CNBC. Our disclaimer is that this is for educational and informational purposes only. Please do not rely on me as your financial advisor. I am not registered as such. I couldn't do what I do on television as well as what I do on our blog if I were. So instead, view this as examples, information, and education. Every investment involves risk. Intellectual property rights, registered marks, trademarks, copyrights, and patents on virtually everything you're about to see. So please ask us before you would reproduce it in any fashion. Let's take a look at a couple of these, shall we? Because from Friday, as I got out here to Jackson Hole and Grand Targhee, I was talking about SOS, bullish call buying. Stock was $6.82. We saw a whole bunch of March 8 calls trading for 35 cents. Again, you know I buy the at the monies usually, not the out of the monies, because I'm moving the odds into my favor when I do that. Now, SOS call buying was strong. It continued all the way up until the end of the day. And then, as you see here, it closed at about 663 on Friday. It opened at 730 and is now up almost 20%. And look at that volume, folks. I wanted to highlight that because, again, the three things that really matter a lot to us are, number one, large blocks of options. Number two, big increases in stock ownership. Are they trying to buy a lot? And they were, and they are. Look at this. Normal 52 million, that's a lot. And this is one of those stocks where, Reddit and Wall Street bets and all that are all over. Well, it's traded 89 million in the first hour today. Bang. That dog will hunt. As you might imagine, the 8 calls in March have skyrocketed. They expire this Friday, so you got to keep your discipline. Again, I can't trade for you. But what I'll point out is that my calls are up a lot, and I have sold calls above, and I'm still in the process of selling more calls into it. So it's been a good day already. Just thought I'd highlight that, as well as this. Boeing, talked about this one on Friday, and this I think is an example of discipline, because just as I described discipline, or DDA, discipline dictates action, a moment ago, this one is a great example of that, because with the stock at 263, they're buying upside calls, but not calls that expire this Friday, but calls that expire 2 Fridays after this, or 3 Fridays after when we saw this activity. So where did Boeing go? Well, let's see. It opened at 274. That was up $5 almost from the close. Traded all the way up to 278. If you had calls and if you used your discipline, you've had a great day. On the other hand, if you didn't use any discipline and the stock has sagged back now just a little bit ago to a loss of $3.32 from the close on Friday, then you're sitting there going, God, I wish I would have used some discipline, taken some profits, because they were massive. There were great profits in this trade. And look at the volume, 18 million in the first hour of trading versus 15 million normal in a full session. I think discipline is one of the things that separates successful traders from traders that either want to be traders or from traders that aren't going to make it. So try to drive that home into your skull as well, that you got to be thinking about taking profits and cutting losses. Those two things, both. I have losses all the time. You don't trade as much as I do without having losses, but I cut them, cut them, cut them. And when I have profits, I take them, take them, take them. You need to think about that and execute for yourself whatever is appropriate for your risk tolerance. Every day at 10 a.m. Eastern approximately, we do a daily crypto bite with those two gentlemen above and below me in the picture. Above me is Monty. Below me is CJ. And these guys were miners of Bitcoin when they were in college. They have been building a fabulous chat room for crypto where they talk about the cryptos they're trading and the cryptos that other people within that room, thousands of people in that room want to talk about. And they have picked some fabulous winners, folks. You can join that room for $1 a month for your first month only. $1 for that first month. And then if you choose to continue, it's $29. Given that Bitcoin went from whatever, 59 to 62 and then back down to 56, and that these guys were talking about it in that room and that we were trading it together, I think you'd find that there's plenty of value in the room. And it is, again, presented by the sponsor, Voyager, who is a broker up in Canada that my brother Pete and I have invested in, as well as Market Rebellion has invested in it as well. They're a fabulous crypto broker. They pay you interest on your deposited crypto. It's commission-free trading, over 50 cryptos. It is a great platform, and I encourage you to check them out. All right, we're getting into the 3 at 3 right now. Jets, 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 jets. What is this? This is the ETF for the airline stocks. Our airlines plays are working out nicely, and now somebody buys 10,000 of the regular April 30 calls with the stock at 28.5. So these are $1.50 out of the money. Now you could buy something closer to the money, which is what I did, or you could buy those April 30s, pay $1 for them. $1 means $100 because every option is for 100 shares. So when somebody buys 10,000 options, that represents 1,000,000 shares of stock. So that's a big trade. I think we would all agree. When those sort of whales show up in options, we want to follow along with them. We just start paddling to catch up to them and ride that wave. So Jets, that's what we did here. Stock at 28.42. There it is, moving up a little bit to 28.62. And we're running right along with these guys. And look at the volume again. Near the bottom of the page, average volume 6.1 million. Already traded 8.4 million in the first hour and a half or 2 hours of trading. That is something you want to pay attention to. Then, Market Rebellion, our YouTube channel, also something you want to pay attention to. Go to YouTube, type in Market Rebellion, and that'll come up, which are hundreds and thousands of our videos. You can watch any of them. They're all free. You don't have to do anything other than just click that subscribe button, and then you're helping us do our streamed live broadcasts as well. So you get Pete's the Take, you get our roundtable, you get the Crypto Bite, you get my 3 at 3, you get my podcasts with fabulous guests, you get all of that, and it is completely free, folks. So please go over to YouTube, tell a friend about it, tell them to subscribe. We appreciate it. Second of our 3 at 3 is MGM. Bullish call spread, stock's about 41 bucks. They're buying the 41 calls. So I bought these at the money calls. They expire this Friday. So things you need to know about options that expire in 4 trading days after this. Number 1, rapid time decay. Number 2, volatility can really hurt you if you're wrong. That's why I spread so frequently when I'm doing these at the monies, and they only have a week to go. So March 41 calls for $1, 5,000 of them. That's a $500,000 trade because 5,000 times $100 is, of course, 500,000. So that's a big trade. We want to follow that. And there it is, 40.67, higher by $1.70, let's call it, or about 4%. Again, good volume. I like the reopening play, both Jets and MGM, and I'm in both trades. Last one, uranium play, URA. Bullish call spread, stock's 19.5. They're buying the 25 calls in July. So July is, we're in March right now, so April, May, June, July. Four full expirations into the future. And they're buying $5.50 out of the money calls. I'm going to buy an at the money call, like the 20s, and sell an upside call against it. That's the way I like to play it. You have to decide how you want to play it. There's Global X, that uranium play that I was talking about. 1960 was 1949 when we first saw it. It's up about 11 cents from there. And look at the volume again. I've highlighted it at the bottom. 929,000 in the first few hours of trading today versus 705,000 on a normal day. That tells me, and hopefully tells you, that there are people that are accumulating this name right now. Those are the people I want to follow. All right, questions? Yeah, I'm going to get to a couple quick questions before I jump on the jet and fly home. Fabulous few days out here in Wyoming and Idaho. You can send questions to me anytime at Jon Najarian or at 3 underscore UOA. SOS. All right, Boulder Trades, thank you. And his handle, I guess could be his or her, handle is at BOLDERTRADES, at Boulder Trades. Market Rebellion identified SOS March 650 as unusual call activity on Friday. I bought at 82 cents. Saw it pop to $1.50 this morning. Bang. And sold for a nice 83% gain. I love to hear that. It may go higher, but this was a good way to start this week. Thanks, Jon Najarian. Thank you, Boulder Trades, for both showing us your discipline for taking that profit. Because again, folks, it's not just about cutting your losses. On doubles, I take off half and then I let the rest run and I snug up a stop underneath the market if we're talking about calls. I do that because I want to pull some money off the table on that winner and then let the rest run. If it starts to pull back, I'll get out because I have that stop tight underneath. And Boulder Trades is doing a great job here showing us that discipline on taking profits. It's not just about cutting losses. Thank you. All right, Pop Culture 66, and that is his or her handle, POPCULTURE 66, says, how do you avoid poor trade execution when closing an option position? Had a 20-cent trailing stop on a call spread trading at $1.32 and was filled at 52 when the mark never traded down to the fill price. What am I doing wrong? Well, I don't know who your broker is. Don't need me to badmouth whoever they are anyway. But what I do is if I was in the trade that Pop Culture was in and it's trading $1.32, and let's say that's a profit, that he purchased them at 70 cents. Now it's $1.32. He's taken some money off the table and he says, you know what? I'm going to set my stop 20 cents under that at $1.12 or whatever. I would, then manage that position. If we get down to $1.12 or anywhere near there, bang, I bang out the rest of that trade. I'm not sure who the broker you're using was, if they allow real stops and so forth, but that's the way that I would play that, Pop Culture. Thank you. Books. All right, Markets Uncovered, and that's the handle too, at Markets, MARKTS, Uncovered, UNCOVERED. Hey, John, what are some books you recommend we should read? Okay, I'm going to be very self-serving here. I'd recommend those two. So Markets Uncovered, these two books. I wrote both of these with my brother Pete. How We Trade Options was a smash hit. We sold over 200,000 of that book. Smart Money will break that record. As many of you know, even though I'm saying we sold them, yes, we do sell them. We sell them on Amazon, we sell them in bookstores, but primarily we use them for an introduction of us to you. And we run commercials on television that say, hey, if you pay shipping and handling, I think it's $8 or $9, we'll send you the book. You don't pay for the book, you pay for the shipping and handling because we don't do that. We outsource that to a third party. They charge for the shipping and handling, so please don't bitch at us about, why isn't it $2? Because they got to make a buck. We don't stock these in our warehouse. We give it to a third party, and they deliver the book to you. Both of those are available in hardcover and paperback. I think they're both great ways for you to get started. And if $8 or $9 is too much for you to pay to get a free book, or if you want to say an $8 or a $9 book, maybe option trading isn't for you. We're not the only people who can teach you about options, but I think our success and the fact that we've been doing this this will be my 40th year, by the way, folks. This fall will be 40 years that I've been doing this. Probably tells you that I'm doing something right. And maybe you want to follow that something and be a better trader. I would encourage you to buy either or both of those books. Pow! The Velvet Hammer. And his handle is at Chris_Hanks, CHRIS_HANKS. We like reading your guys' handles off because we know that you probably like hearing it. And to encourage you to send us questions, that's why we share your questions and your avatars. How was the POW in Jackson? We didn't have POW because unfortunately the heavy POW came below us down into the Colorado area and so forth. They got pounded. And Laramie got, I think, 52 inches. We didn't get POW, but we had a great day skiing, several great days. Here's an example. Those are the Grand Tetons. You see a little bit of POW there up at the top. There's a great husband and wife team. Chris is the lower one with the black helmet. Her husband, Dick, up on top, right with the Grand Teton. The Grand is right behind him. There's my sister-in-law, Regina, and there I am. We're at the top of the mountain over at Grand Targhee. Fabulous. There's Dick cooking up some brats in the parking lot, doing a little tailgating after the day. Fabulous. And there we are at the TP Lodge. Can't recommend that enough. Such a nice proprietor. Big, huge fireplace right in the middle. You sit around that round couch that he's got built in there and you just party. It was fabulous. And he's got a lot of foosball and ping pong and all that other fun stuff downstairs in his game room. It's a fabulous time. Anyway, folks, thank you for joining me today. I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying the day and having a great time. I'm certainly having a great time. Got to go meet the pilot and fly back to Chicago now. So until tomorrow, when I'll be on the halftime report, and of course, 3 at 3, I wish you a very good day. Make those profits big and make sure that you pull some money off the table for you. Thank you.